This is all alleged and for educational and entertainment purposes only. This was like the #1 vote of what people said they wanted me to touch on. How many weeks were you when you were born?
Premature, so I was what? 39 weeks? Was I pregnant? I don't know. I don't remember. I was preemie. I don't remember.
You were 28 weeks.
Oh, okay.
You were 28. 39 is like full term.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, remember when I talked about how there was this surplus of the insane asylums where they were putting people that weren't necessarily following along with the narrative so they could just do a reset, right? Allegedly. Around the same time during the world fairs all over, so they were thinking about putting babies, even premature babies, in these incubators. Well, then they thought, wow, what a great exhibit for people to pay to see these babies in incubators. One guy who came from Germany, a little bit shady, he changed his name. Well, he brought the concept to America. The first one was in Omaha at one of the world fairs at Omaha, where he had this exhibit and he like Americanized it, where people would pay money for these exhibits to look at these babies in incubators. Okay, so one side note is, are these possible alleged clones? Like the very first clones, stick with me. Stick with me. First exhibit was in 1898 in Omaha. Then that trickled to Coney Island, Dreamland. They had this full out exhibit for babies. There's some weird fire that wipes from one ride, wipes everything out. And then there's no more of these exhibits of babies in incubators. Fast forward a little bit, there's a surplus of kids that are orphaned that are being sent from, one side of the country to the other side of the country. No records of birth. How are these surplus of babies? Why? Okay, one is it the parents that wouldn't go along with the narrative where they put in the insane asylums. And then these kids are just, is it an erasing of this whole narrative and then shipping kids from one side of the country to the other side and starting a whole new reset of a generation that don't have any background? Are these original clones? One part, people are saying that like Cabbage Patch Kids were real. Those are cloned kids, and
where they pop out of the ground just like a Cabbage Patch when they unfolded the
farm or whatever. Like, how do we know? That sounds crazy. And then they also have to tell us by bragging without telling us, right? So like, could that be where the Cabbage Patch dolls come from, because that some parts of that are actually true? And also, why are all of these kids shipped around the same time? No more incubator babies, surplus of orphaned kids, no birth records sent. They don't have any like background story. Or are those the kids that are orphaned because their parents are put in the insane asylum?